everyone, welcome back to 366 Days of Hope. My name is Pearl and I'm here to share our next topic, which is finally the last mineral that we are covering, magnesium. Quick disclaimer, I am a personal trainer. I am not a medical doctor, so if you have any concerns whatsoever regarding your health, please make sure you speak to your provider. So magnesium is something that we do not produce in our body, so we must get it from the foods that we eat, and it is an essential mineral. It is part of the 4 electrolytes that I spoke to you guys about before: sodium, calcium, potassium, and of course magnesium. And we did talk about chloride and how it plays its role in the electrolytes, but these other 4 elements are much more essential. I say much more essential, they're just the big key players is what I should say. We know that 60% of the magnesium that we have is found in our bones, while the rest of it is found in our muscles, the tissue, and plasma. It's responsible for helping keep our muscles healthy, our sleep, our mood, and our nerve functions, keeping our bones strong, our blood sugar regulated. On top of that, it acts as a cofactor, meaning it's a helper molecule in more than 600 biochemical reactions throughout the body, such as converting food into energy, basically taking the new proteins that we have just consumed and converting them into amino acids in our body. And it also helps aid in muscle contraction and relaxation. It helps regulate the neurotransmitters, which are very important because those play a key role in our hormones as well. Just like potassium has a way of regulating how much it has in the body through the parathyroid gland, magnesium has a way of maintaining its homeostasis as well through the kidney, which helps remove the magnesium, and of course through the small intestine it helps absorb the magnesium, and the bones are where magnesium is stored. So if there's any need for magnesium, it goes to the bones and excretes that out, and then it flushes any excess through the kidneys. And this is a vital system because of how the body functions, as we talk about its benefits. So for example, one, it boosts the exercise performance, meaning that magnesium helps move blood sugar into the muscle and dispose of lactate, which lactate is like lactic acid, builds up as we're exercising and makes our muscles feel very tired, and we can't, get in that last rep because we've just exhausted it. So then it's going to try and maybe get more of our magnesium from the bones, and then that's going to create that cycle of balance in our body. It also prevents depression. There was a 3-year study where they took 8,894 men and had them do, a high magnesium diet, and had another group do a placebo. And what they've discovered is that those that were on a high magnesium diet ended up with almost hardly any depression symptoms, whereas those that did not have a high magnesium diet ended up with more symptoms of depression. Another benefit is that it regulates blood sugar. The higher magnesium in the blood, the more it helped with insulin sensitivity. And they also noticed that it improves anti-inflammatory properties. So the higher magnesium present, the less oxidative stress was present, and it helped reduce inflammation. One of the things that surprised me about magnesium is the fact that there are more people who are deficient with magnesium. According to one of the articles I read, it said 48% of the US population was actually deficient in magnesium. And it's due to alcohol, your age, if you have age-related, issues relating to your gut problems like celiac disease or Crohn's, maybe you're on diuretics, maybe you have diabetes, if you have a kidney that constantly excretes too much magnesium, then that could cause a deficiency, and if you are malnourished. So that was surprising to me. And some of the symptoms of, what's called hypomagnesemia is not really seen on the early stages, but it's not until it's like progressed that you do see it. And so you'll experience things maybe like muscle twitching, numbness, vomiting, constipation. And generally these are difficult to kind of identify, especially because they're very similar to like calcium and potassium deficiencies. And if you're calcium deficient, you can also become magnesium deficient. And if you are potassium deficient, you can become magnesium deficient as well. Now, if the deficiency is super severe and it's prolonged for a long time, then you can have seizures, you could have a change in your heart rhythm, and you can also have muscle contractions. And so what does an excess of magnesium look like? Well, hypermagnesemia is actually rare. However, that is generally caused by, say, oversupplementing, or maybe you have a kidney that is not excreting magnesium out of the body, then that will cause an elevation in magnesium in the blood. Now, if you have hypermagnesemia, you could experience things like diarrhea, vomiting, maybe low blood pressure. But if you have, you know, a extreme situation where you haven't been able to remove the magnesium and it's just elevated at such a high level, then you could have things like hypotension, respiratory paralysis, and that could then lead to cardiac arrest. So what can inhibit magnesium? Well, phytates, which means like your whole grains, your legumes, and your nuts. And again, this can only happen if you're over consuming this. Maybe this is all that you have, then that would be a problem. And the same thing goes with oxalates as well. So if you have spinach or your beet greens, and if that's all that you're eating, then you're just consuming it on an everyday basis kind of situation, then yeah. But again, if you eat a balanced diet, then you're definitely not going to experience these problems. Also, if you have high zinc in your body, or you have too much caffeine or stress, that can definitely affect your ability to absorb magnesium. And we know that stress affects your gut. It has a very huge correlation of what cortisol does to the stomach. So if you think about how your body will actually stop absorbing, it releases too much acid in your system, then it doesn't allow the body to absorb. And so it's really important to be conscientious of your stress levels as well. So what helps the body absorb magnesium? Well, vitamin D helps absorb magnesium, as well as your vitamin Bs, especially vitamin B6, because that helps limit how much magnesium is actually removed out of the kidney. And it also facilitates cellular uptake in the small intestine. So what are the 3 foods that have the highest content of magnesium? Well, we have pumpkin seeds, which have 37% of your daily value in 2 tablespoons, which is perfect because you could just toss 2 tablespoons on a salad, right? Then you've got your chia seeds, which have 26% of your daily value in 2 tablespoons. And lastly, spinach has 19% of your daily value in just half a cup. I hope that this encourages you guys, as we have finally completed all of our vitamins and minerals, and it just gives you a deep appreciation of how your body works and how vital it is to have a well-balanced diet, and where you get your vitamins and minerals and how it affects the body. I have thoroughly enjoyed this time researching it and also educating myself. Well guys, that concludes our research on all our vitamins and minerals. Finally made it to the end. Thanks guys for joining me, and may you live, thrive, and be healthy. Take care guys. Bye!